Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Invicta TV here, and the map this week for Trials of Osiris is Frontier. Now, I want to get into the nit and grit of the map. I want to be able to show some overhead views using the call-out maps made by a user on Reddit and is shown on crucibleradio.com. I want to use these maps. I want to be able to play call some things. I want to be able to show some good positionings. But before I do that, I do want to get into the map and just show a couple little things, primarily the bridge exploit, as I'm going to call it. And I want to go on record and say that snipers are definitely heavily favored in this map. And in fact, if you want to be using sidearm, you're going to have to make some tricky maneuvers to be able to put yourself close enough to the target that they will be the more effective weapon. However, icebreaker is going to be very common this map. Spike grenades and lightning grenades will be very decent this map. And of course, I think just Night Stalkers in general will be very, very strong. If you want to run a long range primary instead of a sniper, I'd go with something like Mida. Scout rifles do work well. Pulse rifles need to be very long range. Other than that, just go with Mida or Icebreaker, and I think you should do plenty fine. Alrighty, so hopping into the map here, I do want to go ahead and show, of course, spawning on alpha side here. Obviously, one of the major lanes is to simply lane across here. Use whatever you can to head glitch. There's nothing you really need to do or show more than this to understand this. Just play in positions where people won't be ready for you immediately, where you know, if they turn a corner, you will have your sight on their head level sooner than they will have their sight on your head level. And it's quite a simple thing. It's nothing I can really like show every spot, every nook and cranny, and you know, try to ingrain it within you. It's something that you're going to have to go ahead and take the time and use your brain per houseman match. You can do so ahead of time if you want, and simply get used to the spots, get used to the head glitches, get used to knowing where to use everything in every location. It's that simple for the head glitches. I'm not going to show everyone. There's no glitch spots anymore as far as I know, except for this. I do want to show this one thing, and that is the bridge spot, using the bridge to travel across. So obviously, as many of you know, if you go up top of the bridge, you can make it all the way over to the other side without getting caught, without really getting shot, without being even seen most of the time, except on radar. And if you do this little technique right here, specifically with Hunter, I'm not entirely sure how easy it is to do with other classes. Probably not very easy at all. But with Hunter, you can so easily reset just like this. You might be able to get some Titan Skidding glide off or Warlock glide off and successfully do it. But Hunter is just so dang easy to do this. And you can stay up here indefinitely. And you can wait, and you can move around, and you can, you know, be like, oh, there's a guy there. Take a quick snipe, and just keep doing this. Obviously, this works way easier with Bones of AO. In fact, so much so that I wouldn't really attempt doing this consistently without Bones of AO. But this is just one thing I wanted to show. It's super map breaking. It's stupid that Bungie has not fixed this. This needs to be a wall up here. You need to not be able to use the bridge. This is called exploiting, which is an abuse of in-game mechanics. It does not have to be a glitch. It does not have to be something that is necessarily unintended. However, I doubt it was intended for this to be so heavily abused like this. I've had this argued to me in the past via YouTube video, in fact, last time I made a video for Frontier. But this is just way too dang strong. This has nothing to do with the game. You're not supposed to abuse out of game mechanics like this. This is surely an exploit that can be used still to this day and probably will never get fixed by this point. So obviously, you know, do whatever you want. You can take whatever kind of snipe shot you need. And this will probably trick your opponents up at least one round, probably two. And if you're good with it, you can trick opponents up every single round. But that's all I wanted to show in terms of the map. Let's go ahead and get on the map overlook and be able to actually make some calls and show some spots based on grenade type usage and all that good stuff. Alrighty guys, obviously this is a callouts map. You're going to want to familiarize yourself with the callouts and preferably familiarize your teammates with the callouts. You can either do that whilst playing or you can do that ahead of time. Maybe just run inside the map, put up a private match and go with your teammates through the map and just make sure you have the callouts down, especially key callouts like Pride Rock. You might need to teach yourself and them. This building is known as tech, I suppose. If you're inside, I do remember some techie things being in there, but I never have called it tech. I've never heard anybody call it tech, but it is super efficient. It's the only room to be called tech. It's a very fast call out, you know, one syllable, tech. Things like that. It's important to know these kinds of call outs. So, one of the things I want to show, you can see Mr. Red Bubble is helping us. I can highlight things as I talk. I can move this around and show you guys. And one of the big things I want to show you guys is not just a call out. It's something you have to familiarize yourselves on. So one of the things I want to show you is lightning grenades and spike grenade placements. Or at least kill boxes for those grenades. Obviously, anywhere inside, like C garage or A garage, C boxes, this back room in A, all of A area, warehouse, you know, C area, tech room, these little connector hallways here and here, and obviously everywhere on bridge are very obvious lightning grenade and spike grenade placements. Past that, we also have anywhere you see walls along the outside, especially these areas. If people are camping here or somebody's going to go through this door, you can shut out a nade here. You've also got this area. People like to snipe here, especially at the starts of rounds. If you manage to make a little play going across here, you can lightning grenade any one of these walls, and it often connects if you know the target and where they are. Just throw it on a spot where the grenade would connect with them. And one major spot, of course, being down here. If somebody is sniping out over here, maybe you bodied him, maybe you got him a little weak, about half health, let's say, and he went and hid behind patio, you can just lightning grenade the wall here and he is finished. Very obvious spots, very great spots to be aware of. For some reason, some people, while they have the resources available to them, it isn't ingrained always to use them in these moments. Lightning grenades on the walls in these areas, and it's really can be the difference between victory and defeat. Obviously, these placements only help you if you are running one of the two classes that feature the nade types, which is lightning grenade for the striker and spike grenade for the night stalker. And as I say this, yes guys, I am fully aware that the defender titan also has spike grenade, but the spike grenade is much less efficient without the use of lockdown that the night stalker specifically has, causing it to last twice as long. So moving past all that, I want to go ahead and show some individual plays, individual team placements that I want to go over that you need to be aware of, that are great for attacking, that are great for defense, and hopefully that really helps you take the extra step and winning against your opponents and making it flawless this weekend. So let's get into that. I'm going to remove Mr. Red Bubble here. As you can see guys, I have added 6 bubbles to the screen up at the top. I'm going to use these to loosely demonstrate what players from both teams will do in each scenario. I want people to realize that I can't provide every given outcome or situation without taking large sums of time, and for the sake of getting this out to you guys early today, let's be realistic and realize that there will be some variables that you'll have to handle on your own. I simply want to provide some decent examples to get you started, and I definitely think it'll come as a help, and I hope you guys appreciate that. Let's get into the first play. This is how a typical opener might start for both teams. I want to show the best way to combat this opener as each team, and you can apply the same strategy to a number of openers very similar to this. Now when I say opener, I mean the start of each round, and not simply the start of the game. Regardless of the team, most players take the challenge in this situation with snipers, some with long-range primaries like Mida. The best play given the situation is to ensure that the people who are challenging across stay alive, and let player number 3 do the work. Remember how I showed you to use bridge to cross to the other side? All classes can do it, so let's imagine you're alpha for the sake of this demonstration. Player 3 hops up onto bridge as his or her teammates distract the opponents and keep them pinned, or forces them to stand their ground. Most players will see player 3 crossing via their radar, and may look for him through bridge or on the side. Very few correctly look above bridge though. You want player 3 to be somebody who can quickly throw a good nade from this vantage point, and preferably primary a target down as well. You only have 5 seconds to stay alive in one sitting on top of the bridge, so it's important this player is quick and efficient. The major play, however, is to disorient the team and knock them off balance. Players 1 and 2 need to be ready to push on this opportunity, and that's why it's so important that player 3 moves not only fast, but stays alive for teammate support. If making this play properly, there should be no excuse why at least one member of the enemy team is not taken down by player 3, often more. You simply have the advantage of knowing where your enemies are before they fully are aware of your position atop the bridge, and he who gets the first shot often gets the first kill. Let's reset to the start of the play. Now, the demonstration I just provided was not unique to Alpha Team. Bravo can just as easily use bridge in this manner and pull off the same stunt. However, let's move on to another play. Picture an opener like above, but with one variable changed. This will be done from the perspective of Bravo, but it is not unique to the team, despite perhaps being a little stronger because of the ground layout around Pride Rock. Instead of Bravo 3 moving towards bridge, let's imagine he decided to head to outside C after spawning in. From here, he'd make his way to bottom snipe, where he can either snipe or perhaps better yet, Mida the opponents. This multi-angled attack allows Bravo 1 and 2 to push in on a weakened Alpha team, quite possibly with one of the Alpha's members already being KIA. I decided to show these two specific cases because a majority of rounds, and I mean a majority of rounds, go rather similarly to either one of these two examples. While I'd love to show countless more, I can't get to everything in any reasonable amount of time. If there is anything you'd like detailed specifically, please ask in the comments. Past that, I'd appreciate if you guys could hit the subscribe button, and further ask to be alerted with new videos. I plan on doing these videos with every map, perhaps in more detail with many more examples. It's simply tough because I don't know what the Trials map will be until it's active. Perhaps I will get things done during weekdays to prepare for future Trials maps. Regardless, I will definitely be doing these types of videos moving into Destiny 2, and you can bet there will be some good insight, as I'll be bringing my competitive background and outlook into Destiny 2 strategy guides. I can't wait to get my hands on that new countdown mode and start delving into the various techniques and strategies associated with it. Once more guys, I appreciate the support, and please smack that subscribe button. I'm Invicta TV, and happy hunting, Guardians. If you guys are looking to support my work, please head over to patreon.com/InvictaTV. You can subscribe for $5 to participate in a monthly giveaway of $50 or more, as well as earn double the chance on Trials of Osiris raffles over on my Twitch. Every little bit helps, and I appreciate the support.